Hi, this is Gail Trauco. Today we're going to talk about grief associated with poverty. I well know what it's like to grow up in poverty. We didn't have enough food to put on the table. We most certainly didn't have the appropriate clothes to wear to school. We had no air conditioning. There was no indoor plumbing until I was in high school, and we never owned a color TV. We didn't even have a telephone until after I moved out and went away to college. Parents today are still living in poverty. Many times it's a single parent, or it may be a couple raising younger children. You may have lost a job, you may have been forced to move, or it may be a medical emergency that has caused people to be struggling. There are ways to get out of poverty. There are more resources available today to you than at any other time in the history of the United States. The Department of Social Services, most communities have food banks. There are churches that have outreach programs. If you have a need, you need to speak up. My grandmother was a very proud person, and we went a lot of times in our home without sufficient food because she didn't want to reach out to social services. They had free food back then. It might have not have been the organic, healthy food that you can buy with the food stamp program today. We just went without and we didn't have it. There just wasn't enough. She would make biscuits and fatback and put it on a table to feed 7 people. You ate it and you thought it was great and you didn't ask for anything else because there was nothing else to give you. Today, you don't have to sit back and wait. You need to speak up. You need to be that voice. Every parent is the voice for that child. There is no reason for a child to be hungry, without food, without shelter, and certainly without the clothing that they need. I'm here to tell you that I made a change. I made a change for my children. I have raised them by myself, put all of them through college by myself, and I'm still doing that. If I can do it, I assure you that you can do it. You have resources available to you, and you need to have that desire to lift yourself up and to move beyond it. Once you begin to think in that different brain wave, that very positive, upbeat wave, you are successful. I am able to have this job. I will get this job when I go to this job interview. When you sit in that rocking chair, you change your brain wave. Allow your subconscious mind to hear you say those words. I'm big on vision boards. Magazines and newspapers with pictures in them are free. Cut those pictures out. You don't need to share them with anybody. Put them in a book, put them in a scrapbook. What is it that you want? Myself, as I was growing up, I knew that there had to be a better way to live, and I knew that I was going to get out of Foggy Bottom, North Carolina, and I was most certainly going to find a house to live in that had indoor plumbing, that had air conditioning, and I might even own a color TV one of these days. I have all of those today. I'm sitting here in air conditioning while I'm talking to you this afternoon. No matter how humble it is or wherever it's at, you sit on that front porch, you get in that resting state, and you make that decision that you're going to make a change, that you're going to end that grief cycle for yourself, for those around you. When success comes, you share it, but that positive attitude is going to move you forward, and it's going to bring joy to you and your family. So when you find that inner place again, having spent time on your own front porch, you might find that you get a new rocking chair. You might find that you bring something else in the house. But I hope that's helpful, and I'll look forward to talking with you next week.